everybody. This is the video you guys have been waiting for. And yes, welcome to another episode of the Game Pitch Show. Now, let's admit, Alien Isolation was off the goddamn chain. I mean, it was so good that it reinvented survival horror. I mean, now that, of course, Resident Evil has gone the way of the Die Hard series, we just find ourselves playing Alien Isolation. And let me tell you, apart from the freaky looking androids that walk the halls, the raiders that run around trying to take your shit, and then the unknowing presence of the alien and you don't know where it's coming from, really scared the hell out of me. One thing that really amazed me was the AI of the alien, how you could be slightly around the corner and bam, he'll nail you. Well, some friends and I have been talking, and they said, well, if we can do it with Alien, what if SEGA could do it with the Predator? And that's where we have, ladies and gentlemen, Alien or Predator Isolation. Now, Predator Isolation starts out in Japan, Imojima. There's a recon team led by a crazy sergeant and one of his underlings named Jonathan Keyes, the father of Peter Keyes from the second Predator film. Peter Keyes and his platoon get captured and brought to Okinawa after the recon battle went south. And before John could face his fate at the Japanese camp for killing one of their officers, something attacks the prison camp. His sergeant tells him to run, and of course he does so, running into the unknown forest of Okinawa, into the jungle. As he runs, he hears the scream and the blood-curdling yells of his teammates, and as well as the Japanese. He feels that he's being chased by something that's out there. And I think you all know what that means. So the thing starts chasing him. And of course, that's where the game begins. You start out with a USA military pack that you took from the camp. And you just basically have to live off the land. You have to make your own shelter to stay in. You have to cover yourself in mud so that the predator doesn't see you. And also, a new feature, you have to look for your own damn food. Now, hiding in the mud is pretty easy, but sometimes the mud can mess up your weapons. But it's one of the best ways to hide from the predator. There are about 5 ways that you can hide from a predator, but the predator is not the only thing you have to worry about. For instance, the Japanese military are on high alert after the camp gets shot to shit, so they start chasing you. Also, they have Nazi advisors, SS guys, who are looking for something that's on the island, something that's hidden in one of the caverns or caves. So you have the Japanese and the Germans and the Predator, and all of the things that the Predator can do to you. Now, let's face it, bullets don't do shit, because they'll just bounce off of him, especially when he's cloaked. Also, fighting him hand to hand is not going to work, because he'll just cut your head off. But the main story basically revolves around the Nazis and the Japanese trying to beat you and the Predator to a hidden temple underground, deeper than a mountain. And in this mountain, there is a tribal leader of the Predators. And it's a samurai. He has a samurai mask and everything. He's basically this godlike war god for shoguns. And also, next to him, his dead body, are female predators, which opens up the whole, yeah, there are females, basically. You know, I want to add that to the Predator universe. So there, you find some weapons. You find the mask, which helps you detect the Predator. Even with some of the weapons, you know, that are scattered all over the jungles of Okinawa, you're not going to be able to fully be able to use some of them. And even with some of the practical weapons that you're able to use, they're not going to do you much good unless you're fighting hand to hand. And whatever you do, don't fight the predator fucking hand to hand. Now, sometimes this predator is going to send out fake distress calls. You'll think that a village is being attacked, or one of your teammates is at a village and they're trying to call you saying that there's a rescue. You can't fall for these fucking traps, because the moment you have to tell what's real and what's not. Because by the time you go to a village that's a rendezvous point for your squadron, this motherfucker will be waiting for you. And the thing that's scarier even more than the Alien Isolation game was that Alien Isolation, you know, you had a flamethrower that can blow the damn alien away, scare it. In this game, you have a flare, and you're only able to use this flare once or twice before the predator catches on. And once you use the flare, you're able to see through his cloak. You see the cloak, you run. You hide under dead bodies a couple times, and he won't get you, but the third time, it's your ass. You hide by a tree when you're covered with mud, he won't get you. And another feature is that if you let go of your bag with all the weapons, he'll leave you alone. But if you do that 2 more times, he'll snatch that bag up and you'll lose all the weapons and basically all your progress. But the moment you see that cloak, you know you're in for some trouble. And the most cheap thing about a predator isolation is going to be the red fern trees. Now these trees are what you need to save, but you'll be begging for these damn trees and saying your hail fucking Marys just to get to these trees. Because once you get this tree, you have to carve your name into it. And if you don't get to that tree before the predator does, that predator will aim that damn laser cannon and blow that fucking thing to sky high. And you won't be able to save. And that means basically he'll come at you all cloaked and then you're gone. And trust me, you don't want to end up dead by this thing, because there's so many ways he will fuck you up. And no, the predator's not the only thing you got to worry about. One of the things you got to worry about is his slaves, basically. River ghost. There are 4 river ghosts that'll come after you. Also, a predator dog. There's going to be a couple of predator dogs that are going to be chasing you down, and you're going to have to fight them with an ally that you meet, a Japanese ally named Sato, who's trying to avenge his people, basically, who got slaughtered. And also, you're going to have to watch out for Nazis, especially a Nazi lieutenant or SS agent who basically mastered the idea on how to use the predator weaponry. He'll get his, but let's just say you're going to have to avoid his ass too. But the predator isn't just the only problem. There's actually a hidden code, or I should say certain Easter eggs that you can get to go back to the temple and fight under a hidden door, a xenomorph, a mummified xenomorph, which is a secret boss battle. And if you beat him, you get his acid, basically, gland. You get his head, and the head could shoot acid and help you scare off the predator, just like the flamethrower on the Alien Isolation. But sometimes that might not even work. But let's get to the end. The game all ends when you get on aboard a Japanese aircraft carrier and find the crew and personnel all dead. And then after an explosion goes off, the cloaking device is damaged. And once this thing's cloaking device is damaged, that's when you gotta get ready to go and bust some ass. So you go toe to toe with this damn thing, and after you finally beat him, you have to basically fight him hand to hand, use some of the machinery, and after you blow a hole into his chest using one of the ship's cannons, you cut his hand off quickly, and all of a sudden, the elder predator, the war chief, shows up. The chief of all the predators comes and gives you his staff, basically saying, you know, you did it, you fought with honor, and we're gonna let you slide. So they take the predator's body, they take the aliens that he brought along with him and kill them, and blow up the temple on the island, causing the Allied forces to finally invade Okinawa. As soon as the Allied forces find you, you tell them their story, and of course, the rest is history. Peter Keyes, from then on, the son of Jonathan Keyes, goes after this mythical creature, this warlord of Japan. And that's the story, basically. Now, I have to admit, the AI is going to be 10 times that of the alien. And, whew, man, this thing is going to be able to go through the jungle and basically hunt you down left and right. And he's not going to show you any mercy. The moment you see him cloak or phase in the water, you run your ass off. And if you're in the proximity of him, he's just going to gun you down with the plasma cannon or something. But I want to make a Predator game that's just so scary to the fans that the next time they watch the movie, they're like, oh, they pretty much shit themselves. And that's what I want to reintroduce to this storyline. Well, I guess that's the episode. And next time, for our next episode, I'm going to review something else that a friend of mine wanted me to do. And that's Grand Theft Auto 6. Peace out.